Hi guys, welcome back to another series of Impact and Influence. Today I'm really excited to share our conversation with Stuart Waugh. Stuart is Director and Partner at Altus Financial. Hi Stu, how are you?
Hey Kylie, very well, thank you.
That's good. Familiar face in the real estate industry. I'm sure a lot of people know who you are, but if not, we'll hear about that today and what it is that you do. But I've asked Stuart to join us today on our series because everywhere I seem to go lately, your face is there or you've just been in the office. So you're obviously pretty busy at the moment, Stu.
It's good. I'm very lucky and fortunate to get invited to a lot of things, whether it's talking directly about the financial parts of their business, or if it's just recruiting for their business, if it's finding a premises for their business, changing banks for their business. It can be a number of things. So I have a number of invitations, if you like, to people's businesses because of the scope of work we do.
So Stuart, for those of you that are meeting you for the first time online today, what is it that you do?
Okay, so it's a good question, but I suppose it's a lot more than just an accountant. It's kind of like their partner in their business, advice. I've been an accountant for 24 years. I suppose, met some pretty influential kind of real estate CEOs around about 18 years ago. And it was very much something of which I enjoyed and something of which I thought that I gave the best advice that I could possibly give to the right people. So I kind of changed my business from being a rounded kind of accountant to different industries to very much focusing on property as an industry, but real estate as an extension of property. So I suppose, what do? We basically give advice, we structure, we give P&L kind of analysis. We can, again, help the businesses take it to the next level as far as budgeting and growth and taking new franchises on or new offices on or all those kind of businesses parts of that we can advise on.
So Stu, something that we've noticed over the last 7 months when we've been running our business retreats, because we've been doing them for agents and agency, I've been a little bit surprised by the number of agents, high-performing agents that are running a team around their wealth creation and just how little, I guess, they know about their financial position and what they're doing. A lot of them have got it contracted out and have minimal interaction with that finance consultant or finance partner during the course of the year. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's funny. I mean, I had dinner last Thursday with a client, a really good client of mine, and somebody I enjoy hanging out with. And he said to me, Stuart, I didn't even know what an accountant was before I met you, but now you've just widened my eyes because I control pretty much everything about his life. His life insurance. I got his will done the other day for him. We do his superannuation. We've structured the banks for him. We've structured the business for him. We've done some recruitment for him. He sends me a CV. I give my opinion on it. It's just every aspect of his business. I'm all over. And he kind of said, I didn't know accountants did that. And he was kind of relieved. And I think he felt like his business could grow now. He felt like he had given the reins to somebody of which can make the business do the best he can. And I suppose I never actually thought about somebody thinking that lateral about what I do, but he kind of just took it on to say, right, well, I know I can do this. This business can do the best it can because we've got somebody who looks after that part of the business.
I think that we've found clients want more and more of that 360 holistic look on their business. So having a look at all the key drivers and not wanting to partner with so many people in those different aspects or different buckets. And it also stops the siloing in the business. And I think too, from what I've seen from the work that you've been doing with some of the related clients that we've got, is you stop those silos between agent and agency often. Would that be a good way to look at it?
Yeah, I mean, I think silos in everything we do. I think, it definitely is a integrated kind of offering, I suppose. The agents don't feel like they've got their own agent world, and the agent doesn't feel like the agency world. They integrate because of the common advice they're getting from their common accountant. And then it goes a bit further than that because I can wheel in a lawyer to do a conjunctional agency agreement, for argument's sake, and then they can do that and they can wheel out. And then I'm going to be there every year because I've got yearly compliance to do and advice to do, that there's a reason for me to kind of look after those things to make sure they're ongoing. Then I can wheel in an insurance person to do your professional indemnity, your public liability, and those kind of, workers' comp, cyber, whatever it may be. Bring that insurance provider in. Again, he does his job properly, he walks back out, and I continue on for the next, for as long as I can. So then it's all about those kind of bringing in the right people to do the right job. But overall, the accountant's going to be there for the journey.
I think those professional partnerships are just so incredibly important, and specialization is becoming more and more important. Stu, obviously we're seeing a lot of sophisticated business models coming out now, and there's still, the smaller agencies. Do you have a specialization in dealing with a particular type of structure or business?
So most of our agents are on what's called a trust structure. They use a trust structure for the ability to use their beneficiaries, their client beneficiaries, as far as distribution from the trust, and therefore share their income, but also you maximise their tax result, or minimise their tax result. But basically, so a trust can do that. There's also got a company aspect to it. So a company and a trust would probably be a good summary as to what structures we use for an agent. An agency, we usually use what's a company for the sales part of the business, but a unit trust for the property management. They are very distinct and very distinctly different. The flexibility that each structure offers is very different as well. So I mean, as well as I do, Kyles, we go in the business, and the rent roll can sell at any time. So a rent roll has to have the ability to be sold out of a structure, and that's why we use something different in regards to that property management business. But yeah, I suppose if you wanted to kind of summarise it, it'd be more like a company and a trust for, say, an agent, but then again, a unit trust and a company for maybe an agency. But it's probably something of which I'd probably walk in and advise the best structure based on the circumstances.
Yeah, needs analysis based on the client and other things you've got happening for them. So guys, this is not financial advice. If you want that one-on-one, you need to have a consultation with Stu and talk around that. And I think that's an interesting point. So we've just finished our 6-week series online, Stu, around divestment and acquisition. And something became really evident to me was the structure that people set up at the beginning is not necessarily the right structure when they exit, and just how incredibly important that is to get right. And I think even if people have got succession in mind, or scale, or a merge event, or bringing in equity partners, if you haven't got it right, don't worry about it. You've got time to do it. But I think that's the focus. You've got to allow the time to get it right. Is there anything that you'd like to say to talk to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big retention tool. If you've got good sales agents or good property management staff in your business, and you want to make them part of your business, then you need to have the right structure so they can be part of your business in the right areas. And yes, the answer is yes. I've been to a lot of businesses that have got one company, for argument's sake, running 3 parts of their business. Those 3 parts of the business can be your marketing department, your property management, and your sales business, all run under one company. It's very difficult to look at what's profitable and what businesses are profitable and what's propping up the rest of the business that might be that way. If you've got one P&L, having different structures, you can usually work out where the profits are, and making sure that, for argument's sake, your vendor paid advertising is all being recovered. So yes, I think having the right structure enables you to attract staff and retain staff as much as it does making your business the most profitable it can be.
Yeah, and having that right financial structure, like you're saying, around really understanding all the key drivers in your business. If you've got the right numbers, the right type of accounts, how it's all set up with someone that actually specialises in property, you'll run a much more efficient and effective business. So you do just do property, don't you, Stu?
Well, I mean, the non-property clients I've got are usually brothers and sisters of the property clients I've got.
Okay, so
they just like, I could meet you, for argument's sake, Kylie, and you say, Stu, you do a great job for me in real estate, but I've got a brother who has an interior decorating business. Can you help him? The answer is yes. So I've got a landscaping business. I've got plumbers. I've got there's different businesses of which we do work for. However, I do kind of centralise myself around real estate and property. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about where you are now. New firm. You've been there, what, 7 months?
7 months. So 7.5 months is coming into my 8th month. That's growing fast, and it's got a great bigger now, I suppose, kind of platform as far as services we provide. We've got a virtual CFO kind of business that I can tap into when I need to. I've got some compliance people as far as tax and the ATO kind of machine, if you like, that I tap into. We've got an audit division that I tap into. We've got a wealth business for our superannuation and life insurance to tap into that as well. So there's a platform of about 85 staff in our business, and I've got a client base that's basically it was nothing 8 months ago, and now it's something, and it's been able to do that because of the resources we've got that we can tap into, that I can cover a wide range of services, rather than a business of which might be me and somebody else. with no, growing from 2 people, it's a lot harder to get scale. So a business, that again, I'd hate to think, and I had a 3,000 management business with just me and somebody else. I couldn't service those clients as well as I can with the resources I've got here. And then therefore I'm able to service those clients and grow with them and then make sure they are structured to be growing.
And so you're based in the city, in Sydney?
Yeah, so Australia Square. So I can basically see Ryan's bar out the front of my window there. But yeah, so we're in the city, but I try and spend probably, I'd say collectively probably 2.5 days in the office here. Collectively probably 2.5 days on the road.
So Stu, obviously Altus can offer me 360 range of services for agent or agency. I love the virtual CFO, particularly if you're growing but not yet at that stage where you can, justify that resource. That sounds amazing. How do I get in contact with you if I want to have a chat or have a consult?
Yeah, so my mobile number is 0451 759 631. You can ring me anytime, text me, whatever you like. We've got a website, obviously, too, altusfinancial.com.au. My name's on there, and then basically you can tap on that, and there's a virtual kind of straight through to me as far as you can see my diary online as well. You can book my meetings online, or you can just email me, and that's fine too. So just drop me a text as well. I mean, there's a number of ways to get in touch with me. So if you can do those kind of avenues, I suppose, or even go through yourself, it's the best way to do it.
And the Altus website's got some fantastic stuff on it, and some of your social media stuff I've been stalking and reading, some really good collateral and resources in there. And Stu, we're going to get you to come to some of our events over the next 12 months and some of our retreats as well, so people have the opportunity to meet you there and have a bit of a further discussion. But guys, you've got Stu's contact details. If you need anything further, you can come through our team or you can go direct with Stu. Thanks so much for your time today, Stu. I'm sure everyone will get a lot from it.
Thanks, Carl. Talk soon.